Ho-Oh is one of the most iconic legendary Pokemon out there, as it was featured in the very first episode of the Pokemon anime, despite being classified as a Generation 2 Pokemon. Even though we knew that Ho-Oh existed, we didn't get a chance to see it in a Pokemon game until years later in Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver. Imagine if Pokemon did something like that today, show off a never before seen Pokemon in the first episode of a new season of the Pokemon anime for just a few short seconds, and then not reference it at all until the next generation? There would be thousands of videos made on this Pokemon, and it would blow all of our minds. Ho-Oh was the only Pokemon to have this treatment in the anime though, however, and fortunately for Ho-Oh in the video games, it's a pretty darn good Pokemon in competitive battles. In this video, we will talk about Ho-Oh in competitive battles, and if Ho-Oh is the best Pokemon out there or not. Also, I know I did the Lugia video like a year ago, and I planned on having the Ho-Oh video out a little bit after the Lugia one, but it's better late than never, I guess. So in case you guys are unfamiliar, in this series, take a look at some of the best Pokemon in the competitive battling scene and discuss what makes them so good and if they are the best Pokemon out there or not. Now keep in mind that this series is only for the best of the best in competitive Pokemon battling, so the majority of the Pokemon that will be featured in this series will be Pokemon that are classified as Ubers under Smogon's tiering system. If you guys are new and don't exactly know what competitive Pokemon battling is, it is far different than battling against trainers while playing through the game or playing against gym leaders in the story, so please check out the video in the description to see more about competitive Pokemon battling. If you guys want to see a certain Pokemon featured in the series as well, let me know in the comment section down below. But before you let me know, please check out the full playlist of the best Pokemon series in the description to see which Pokemon have been featured so far, in case the Pokemon you want to see has already been featured. So taking a closer look at Ho-Oh, it is a fire and flying type Pokemon with the abilities Pressure and Regenerator. Ho-Oh has a stat distribution of 106 HP, 130 attack, 90 defense, 110 special attack, 154 special defense, and 90 speed. All around, these are some pretty fantastic stats, with some great defenses on top of the Regenerate ability to increase Ho-Oh's overall longevity. Both attack stats are very good as well, with 130 in attack and 110 in special attack, making Ho-Oh a pretty threatening attacker on both the physical and special side. It is slightly lower than other Uber Pokemon, however, as there are plenty of Uber Pokemon with base stats of 140 or more in attack, but these are still very good. In my opinion, what makes Ho-Oh really shine is its amazing distribution of stats, making it a very well-balanced Pokemon. I wouldn't consider any of Ho-Oh's individual base stats low, as its lowest stats are 90 in defense and speed, which are very manageable. In terms of abilities, Pressure is a pretty decent ability Ho-Oh can use to stall out your opponent by lowering their PP and healing up with moves like Roost. However, Regenerator in my opinion is a much better fit for Ho-Oh. Regenerator allows Ho-Oh to heal 1/3 of its HP on switch out, which helps mitigate that 4x rock weakness a little bit, while also increasing longevity of your Ho-Oh. Now, I'm personally not a big fan of Pokemon with the fire and flying typing, as they have a 4x weakness to rock, although to their credit, they tend to be very good Pokemon, as we have seen with the likes of Pokemon like Mega Charizard Y, Moltres, and even Talonflame in some respects. Sure, that rock weakness can be a pain, especially in Smogon battles, since Stealth Rocks is so common, and even in doubles since Rock Slide is a very popular move to hit both targeting Pokemon, but at least Ho-Oh doesn't suffer from this rock weakness as much as some other Pokemon. Now moving on to the ratings, in terms of offense, I will give Ho-Oh a 4 out of 5. Now, although compared to other Pokemon that are candidates for this best Pokemon series, Ho-Oh's attack stats aren't as high as those Pokemon. Ho-Oh does have the ability to utilize both offenses pretty nicely, however, but this can be said about most Uber Pokemon. If you were to compare Ho-Oh to every other Pokemon out there besides Uber Pokemon and potential candidates for this series, its attack stat would be a lot higher though, warranting the 4 out of 5. In terms of defense, I will give Ho-Oh a 5 out of 5. Now, even though I'm really not a fan of the fire and flying typing, Ho-Oh does have some amazing defenses, and I can't ignore that. 106 HP is great, 154 special defense makes Ho-Oh a great special wall, and 90 defense isn't all that low, especially since you can invest some EVs in defense, since you most likely won't need to run max special defense on your Ho-Oh due to its high natural bulk. Ho-Oh does also have a great amount of resist, and although its weaknesses are common typings, there aren't too many total weaknesses on Ho-Oh. You also have Regenerator, like I mentioned earlier, which is amazing on any defensive Pokemon, as well as reliable recovery moves in Roost and access to Sacred Fire, which has a 50% chance to burn your opponent, thus allowing Ho-Oh to take physical hits a little bit better. For versatility, I will give Ho-Oh a 5 out of 5. This is my favorite part about Ho-Oh, since its stat distribution allows it to be a very versatile Pokemon. It can be a defensive tank thanks to its high HP and special defense, or an offensive threat on either the physical or special side thanks to its offensive move pool and offensive stats. Ho-Oh stats are incredibly versatile, that you're much better off mixing up EVs much more than you would on a normal Pokemon instead of giving it max in one stat and max in another stat. For move pool, I will give Ho-Oh a 5 out of 5 because Ho-Oh's offensive move pool is actually pretty wide. Having access to coverage moves like Giga Drain, Thunderbolt, Zen Headbutt, and Earthquake, just to name a few on the physical and special side. Ho-Oh also has a pretty good support moveset as well, with Roost, Sacred Fire, Tailwind, Thunderwave, and Whirlwind. This is a pretty well-balanced move pool, which I think really complements Ho-Oh's well-balanced stats. And for viability, I will also give Ho-Oh a 5 out of 5. Ho-Oh's stat distribution, move pool, and ability regenerator allows it to do so much, making it an extremely viable Pokemon. It can be a great defensive asset for your team in order to resist fairy types if you need that, or it can be a great offensive option to hit steel types if you need that as well. Both of these typings are very common in today's metagame, and if you're in a format where you can run a Ho-Oh, I don't see why you would not run a Ho-Oh. In terms of some sets, here are two sets from Smogon. Now this one is more of a bulky offensive set, which is Ho-Oh with the Life Orb Regenerator ability, which is nice with that Life Orb, 104 HP, max attack, 152 speed, Adamant Nature, Sacred Fire, Brave Bird, Recover, and Toxic. This set doesn't really need to afford to invest too much in the defenses as you only have 104 HP, but it's still enough to make Ho-Oh able to take a lot of hits on top of the Regenerator ability, which is able to heal off your Life Orb recoil or your Brave Bird recoil. Roost helps with that as well, and if you're a fan of running bulky offensive teams, then I think Ho-Oh would be a great asset. For more offensive set, here is another set from Smogon that is very fun to use, and it's a little bit different from the first set we just showed. We have Ho-Oh with the Choice Band, Regenerate ability of course, max HP, max speed, Adamant Nature, Sacred Fire, Brave Bird, Earthquake, and Toxic. This is a pure physically offensive set with two very strong stab moves on top of a Choice Band to do even more damage. Brave Bird is an extremely spammable move for Ho-Oh, and Earthquake helps you hit all the Pokemon that resist fire and aren't hit too hard by Brave Bird, such as Groudon. Toxic can help against all the bulkier Pokemon in the Ubers tier to whittle down your opponent's Pokemon HP and help Ho-Oh clean up late game. And that is Ho-Oh. Let me know what you guys think of Ho-Oh in the comment section down below for a chance to have your comment featured in the next Best Pokemon video, like this comment right here. Personally, Ho-Oh is my favorite Pokemon we featured in this Best Pokemon series so far, as I think it is the most versatile Pokemon we have covered so far, which I'm a big fan of. Make sure you guys leave a like if you haven't already, as it really helps the channel a ton, and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss a future upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a great rest of your day, I will see you guys next time, and bye bye.